Have you noticed how electric cars are suddenly everywhere? Just a few years ago, they were a rare sight, but now, it feels like every other car on the road is silently gliding by. From bustling city streets in Tokyo to scenic highways in California, the world is plugging in. This isn't just a trend. It's a full-blown revolution in how we move. So, what's really behind this massive, global shift to electric vehicles? What's convincing millions of drivers to ditch the gas pump for the charging port? Let's dive deep and uncover the powerful forces driving the electric vehicle revolution. It's a story of innovation, environmental consciousness, and some surprising benefits you might not have considered. Let's start with the most obvious and perhaps the most important driver: the environment. Every time a traditional car with an internal combustion engine starts up, it pumps out a cocktail of harmful pollutants from its tailpipe. Things like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter pour into the air we breathe. These emissions are a double whammy. Locally, they contribute to smog and poor air quality in our cities, leading to respiratory problems and other health issues. Globally, the carbon dioxide they release is a primary greenhouse gas, trapping heat in the atmosphere and accelerating climate change. Now, picture an electric vehicle. It has no tailpipe, it burns no fossil fuels. As it drives, it produces zero tailpipe emissions. Zero. This means that every EV that replaces a gasoline car is a step towards cleaner, healthier air in our communities. Imagine a city center without the constant haze of exhaust fumes, where you can take a deep breath without worrying about what you're inhaling. This is the future EVs are helping to build. By switching to electric, we're not just choosing a different kind of car. We're reactively participating in the fight against climate change and creating more livable cities for ourselves and for future generations. The positive environmental impact is undeniable, and it's a huge reason why governments and individuals alike are embracing this technology. While saving the planet is a powerful motivator, let's be honest, saving money is too. And this is where electric vehicles really start to shine for the everyday driver. Let's talk about fuel costs. The price of gasoline can be incredibly volatile, swinging wildly based on global politics and market speculation. One week you're paying one price, the next it's shot up. With electricity, the costs are far more stable and, in most places, significantly lower. On average, charging an EV at home costs the equivalent of paying about $1 per gallon of gasoline. Think about that for a second. Imagine filling up your tank for a fraction of what you pay now. Over the course of a year, these savings can add up to hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. But the savings don't stop at the pump, or rather, the plug. Let's look under the hood. A traditional car engine is a masterpiece of complex machinery, with hundreds of moving parts, pistons, valves, spark plugs, belts. All these parts need regular maintenance. Oil changes, filter replacements, timing belt services. The list goes on, and so do the bills. An electric motor, on the other hand, is remarkably simple. It has very few moving parts. This means there's no oil to change, no exhaust system to fail, no spark plugs to replace. The maintenance schedule for an EV is drastically simpler and cheaper. Your main concerns are tires, brakes, and windshield wipers, just like any car. Plus, thanks to something called regenerative braking, where the motor helps slow the car down and recharges the battery, even the brake pads last much longer. When you combine the fuel savings with the reduced maintenance costs, the total cost of owning an EV can be significantly lower than a comparable gasoline car, making it a smart economic choice. And that's before we even get to the government incentives, like tax credits and rebates, which can make the initial purchase price even more attractive. So, EVs are good for the planet and your wallet. But what are they actually like to drive? This is where many skeptics become true believers. If you've never driven an electric car, you are in for a surprise. The experience is unlike anything a gas-powered car can offer. It all starts with something called instant torque. In a gasoline car, you press the accelerator, and there's a slight delay as the engine revs up and the power is delivered. In an EV, the power is there the instant you touch the pedal. All of the motor's torque is available from 0 RPM. This results in breathtakingly quick, smooth, and seamless acceleration. Merging onto a highway or pulling away from a stoplight feels effortless and exhilarating. It's a performance characteristic that used to be reserved for high-end sports cars, but now it's a standard feature of many mainstream EVs. Then there's the sound. Or rather, the lack of it. Electric motors are nearly silent. Gone is the rumble and vibration of an internal combustion engine. Instead, you get a quiet, serene cabin. This peaceful environment reduces driver fatigue on long trips and allows you to enjoy conversations, music, or just the sound of the road with incredible clarity. It transforms the daily commute from a noisy chore into a calm, almost meditative experience. This combination of thrilling acceleration and a silent, smooth ride creates a driving experience that feels refined, modern, and genuinely futuristic. Once you experience it, going back to a loud, vibrating gas engine can feel like taking a step back in time. Of course, a new type of car requires a new type of gas station. One of the biggest concerns for potential EV buyers has always been, where will I charge it? This is a valid question, but the landscape is changing at an incredible pace. The growth of charging infrastructure has been explosive. Public charging stations are popping up everywhere in shopping mall, parking lots, at grocery stores, along major highways, and in city centers. A whole network of fast charging stations is being built out, allowing you to add hundreds of miles of range in the time it takes to grab a coffee, typically 20 to 30 minutes. Mobile apps and in-car navigation systems make it incredibly easy to find a nearby charger, see if it's available, and even pay for your session, eliminating any guesswork. But here's the real game changer that many people overlook: home charging. For most EV owners, the vast majority of charging, over 80%, happens right at home, overnight. You come home from work, plug your car in just like you plug in your smartphone, and you wake up every morning with a full tank. No more weekly trips to the gas station. No more standing out in the cold pumping gas. Your home is your personal fuel station. This level of convenience is a fundamental shift in how we think about refueling our vehicles. The combination of an ever-expanding public network for long trips and the sheer convenience of charging at home is rapidly making range anxiety a thing of the past. The infrastructure is not just catching up. In many places, it's already here, making EV ownership more practical and convenient than ever before. So, as we look at the road ahead, it's clear that the shift to electric vehicles is not driven by a single factor, but by a powerful convergence of benefits. It's a perfect storm of progress. We have the profound environmental imperative to clean our air and combat climate change. We have compelling economic advantages, with lower running costs that leave more money in your pocket. We have a superior driving experience, offering quiet, smooth, and thrilling performance that makes gasoline cars feel outdated. And finally, we have rapidly growing infrastructure that makes charging convenient and accessible, both at home and on the go. Each of these drivers alone is a strong reason to consider an EV. Together, they form an undeniable case for the future of transportation. The electric vehicle revolution is here, and it's accelerating every single day. It represents more than just a new way to get from point A to point B. It represents a smarter, cleaner, and more exciting way to move forward. The question is no longer if the world will go electric, but how quickly. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the future of technology and transportation.